A baby elephant has fallen into a ditch and is being rescued by an excavator machine. The bucket is used to push the dirt into the empty space so that the baby can step up. When it finally manages to climb out, it joins the herd. The happy cries confirm their understanding of the situation. And now something completely unbelievable happens. The grown-up elephants are saluting humans in gratitude. Just look at it. Numerous scientific experiments have shown that elephants are emotional beings. Elephants are known to comfort other elephants in distress. They stand beside them, touching them with trunks and making soft sounds. We have just witnessed that they are capable of profound gratitude towards humans.
If you saw this, the killing of animals, with your eyes, you would tremble with fear. How pitiful it would be to take it in your hands. Just smelling it brings on nausea. Once it is tasted by the tongue, how can it be kept down? For these reasons, it should be abandoned. Reverend Boom Master Metun Sherab Oza, vegetarian.
With profound, humble gratitude and love to all venerated enlightened masters, we bow to the Almighty in soulful gratefulness for gifting us with their holy, blessed presence. May all beings be awakened by their divine grace. Etc.
You are educated. Good looking. Kind-hearted. Loving, caring, and having everything you need. One is lacking. Vegan. Go for it, to be a complete human.
We now invite you to watch the next part of Supreme Master Ching Hai's message entitled The Story of Mahakasyapa, Vegan, Part 2 of 10 on Between Master and Disciples, given in English on July 14, 2024.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, Vegan, is a world-renowned spiritual teacher, humanitarian, and artist. She has been invited to lecture on the Kuan Yin method of meditation throughout the world. We now invite you to view Walk the Way of Love, an introduction to Supreme Master Ching Hai.
We'll search high and low for a little love to bestow on all beings in all corners of existence. Supreme Master Ching Hai, Vegan.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, as she has affectionately become known, lives a message that walks the way of love. A renowned humanitarian, artist, and spiritual visionary, her love and assistance has extended beyond all cultural and racial boundaries to people around the world. The needy and homeless, institutions of medical research, war veterans, the disadvantaged, the physically and mentally handicapped, refugees, and victims of natural disasters, etc. We witness countless reminders of the compassion, the trademark of this caring lady, and the international foundation that has grown out of her loving example.
Whatever we can share, begin with share. And then we will feel a subtle change in ourselves. More love will be pouring into our consciousness, and we will be aware of something. And that is a beginning. We are here to learn to grow as well as to learn to use our power, our limitless power of love and creativity in order to make a better world wherever we happen to be incarnated. Don't worry, I pray for you, okay, honey?
Not only are human beings the blessed beneficiaries of her kindness, animal people from different species are also the recipients of her boundless benevolence.
You okay, boy? You okay? Yeah, don't worry. Hey, look at you. Oh, quack. You happy? Quack. Hello, you grow so big now, you. Bon appetito. I love you. Good appetite. This is one of the reasons why we should be vegan. Love for all beings, extending love.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, was born in Central Olac, or Vietnam. During her early years, she was often found helping hospital patients, the needy, as well as injured animal people in whichever way she could. As a young adult, she moved to Europe to study and continued there as a translator for the Red Cross. She soon discovered that pain and suffering exist in all corners of the globe, and her search for the remedy to this became the foremost goal in her life. She was happily married at the time to a German doctor, and although it was an extremely difficult decision for both of them, her husband agreed to a separation. She then embarked on what became a 2-year-plus journey in search for spiritual understanding. Finally, in the deepest reaches of the Himalayas in India, she found an enlightened master who imparted to her the Kuan Yin method, a meditation method on the inner heavenly light and sound. After a period of practice, she became fully enlightened. Soon after her return from the Himalayas, at the earnest request of those around her, Supreme Master Ching Hai shared the Kuan Yin method with others, encouraging them to look within to find their own greatness. Through the Kuan Yin method of meditation, they also attained greater fulfillment, happiness, and peace. Before long, invitations arrived from the United States, etc.,
I saw that I was everywhere and in every creature.
Europe,
To see God is very, very simple.
Asia,
All religions tell you be a good person here and find heaven while you can.
Australia,
We are the sons and daughters of God. We are ourselves, the Supreme Master.
Africa,
I will show you how to get direct teaching
and South America,
and keep the commandments and try to lead a more vegan life.
as well as from important organizations for Supreme Master Ching Hai to give lectures.
The peace and love that we most often talk about and seek, we have within ourselves. You must look inside and find your own treasure and find the real lasting happiness. The future is in our hands. So you make it beautiful or you make it worse. It's up to you.
Supreme Master Ching Hai has realized many spontaneous talents that she expresses through artistic paintings and creations, music and poetry, and aesthetic jewelry and clothing designs, expressing the inner and outer beauty. The income generated from her artistic creations has enabled Supreme Master Ching Hai to create an independent source of funding for humanitarian activities in support of her noble mission of assisting God's children in their times of need. Although she does not seek acknowledgement of any kind, Supreme Master Ching Hai has been given awards worldwide by government officials and private organizations on numerous occasions. They include the World Peace Award, the World Spiritual Leadership Award, the Award for Promotion of Human Rights, the World Citizen Humanitarian Award, the Award for Outstanding Public Service to Mankind, the 2006 Goosey Peace Prize, the Los Angeles Music Week Certificate of Commendation, and first place silver for the 27th Annual Telly Awards 2006. In addition, October 25th and February 22nd have been proclaimed as the Supreme Master Ching Hai Day in the United States.
She also brings love around the world where there is hate. She brings hope where there is despair. And she brings understanding where there is misunderstanding. She is the light of a great person, an angel of mercy for all of us.
Agradecer a la Suprema Maestra su liderazgo, agradecerle su optimismo, agradecerle ese don de gente que tiene que la hace tan única y tan especial.
Una impresión muy grata de ver un corazón tan noble, tan dispuesto a servir. Ella está sirviendo a todos los seres humanos, está sirviendo al planeta para salvarlo, para rescatarlo. Tiene un corazón noble, pero también un gran liderazgo. Sé que van a suceder las cosas que tienen que suceder.
Supreme Master Ching Hai is one of the truly dedicated people of this era, helping others find and create a beautiful vision of our future. Many great people in history have had a dream, and in her own words, so does Supreme Master Ching Hai.
I dream that all the world will become peaceful. I dream that everyone becomes the Buddha. I dream that all the killing will stop. I dream that all the children will walk in peace and harmony. I dream that all the nations shake hands with each other, protect each other, and help each other. I dream that our beautiful planet will not be destroyed. It takes billions, trillions of years to produce this planet. And it's so beautiful, so wonderful. I dream that it will continue, but in peace, beauty, and love.
David saw a white swan that had its neck stuck in a fence on his way home from work. The poor little thing was almost suffocated, and it took a while for it to recover. David took it home and fed it some food. After it had regained its strength, he returned it to the lake. In the distance, its family was waiting for it. Since then, David often visited the lake and brought food for the swan. After many years, when they met again, the swan was incredibly excited and dashed towards David. They seemed to have endless things to talk about after not seeing each other for so many years. Not long after, the swan surprised David with a lovely baby swan. David became a grandfather and couldn't help but smile widely, playfully biting the baby swan's beak. Now, the two little ones often accompany David, and they have long regarded each other as family.
If a monk is wearing, monk's robe, which is very dignified and represents liberation, represents compassion, and just sit there, munching, biting, gnawing, jumping a chicken person's leg, then I would feel very put off. I saw it before in some Hinian Buddhist country. And it was really a sight that I would not want to see again. At that time, I was still, married, a household. And then my husband and I traveled in many Asian Buddhist countries. He took me to those countries for vacation because he knew I was a devout Buddhist. In my house, we have an altar with flowers and fruit for the Buddhas. And he even planted flowers and, cut some for me to put on the altar for the Buddha, when he saw some flowers withered, yeah, he changed. And he planted some flowers in the outside garden for that purpose. And now some people argue that the Buddha had advised that the Buddhist followers could eat 3 types of animal people, meat that I have mentioned above. But later the Buddha didn't allow it anymore because the disciples had grown up. They should be used to the vegan diet, which is better, compassionate, and it's befitting a benevolent person such as a monk. So even in some other sutra, or maybe the same sutra, some monk asked him what to do if when he went out for alms. Some of the followers give them animal people meat with the rice or other vegetables. What to do? The Buddha said, take that meat part away and eat the rest. So overall, everywhere almost, the Buddha always advocated the compassionate diet, which is the vegan diet. Okay. Now, even if the Buddha did not force you to eat vegan or allow you to eat the 3 kinds of animal people meat, I would not want to. Why would we do that when we have plenty of food? Even nowadays, oh God, we could never eat all of the food that is produced, not to mention about the no-pain food that I adhere to, but not often even. If you just can live with brown rice and sesame, that would be also okay. But you have to chew very well the brown rice and sesame powder while you have it in your mouth until it almost becomes liquid, so that it's just absorbed, naturally. Because that's the best way to eat brown rice and sesame. And you should not eat the rice piping hot, because it's better for you to eat it cold. If you eat it between 4 degrees and 34 degrees Celsius, there is a chance that you might get some kind of bacteria growing on it, and then it might upset your stomach. So if you want to eat that type of food or any type of food with rice, with noodles, you should eat it very, fresh, all the way until it's cold. From the refrigerator, rice and noodles especially, is to be safe, yeah? So I don't think we should argue about eating animal people meat or not, eating animal people meat, or the 3 kinds of pure meat or not. Yeah, we should not, because to be a monk is really to be in a noble position. For me, yeah. And the example that you make by the way you live your life is enormous to the faithful. They copy you. They learn from you because they respect you. So we would like to make a very, very noble example, a dignified example, befitting the representatives of the Buddhas and the representatives of God Almighty on earth. Imagine how this is sound to you if you are a child of God, if you're representing God, if you're representing the Buddha. And yet you're sitting there showing that you care nothing about the suffering of another being who was kicking, quacking, or mooing yesterday or a few hours before you chop it down. It's just normal common sense. For me, yeah. For you, of course, I think it may be the same. Most of you are the same, except some new ones or some at a lower level have less sensitive feelings. But for me, even though there's no pain food, I myself cannot even personally pluck them to bring in and eat when they are still alive. In the garden, for example. If it's already sold in the market, then I could maybe, but even then, I don't feel very good. I prefer not to eat them. I prefer just like brown rice and sesame. There is enough nutrition for me to do all my heavy work, mentally, intellectually, and all kinds of other aspects as well. But still, if I can live on just very simple food, then I will be very happy. When the sesame seeds are ripe, the plants have already withered, similar to peanuts. When the nuts are ripe, ready, then the plants become withered in yellow or brown already, or almost no more leaves, no more life when people pluck the peanuts. I saw it when I was in the countryside. My house was in the countryside, so I saw many things like that. Mostly it's like that. The same with the rice. All the leaves become yellow. Yeah, most of the leaves are already dying after the rice plant gives birth to the rice. Then the plant seems to wither and die. Yes, so for me, it seems okay to eat. Just for example, before, of course, I used to go out and pluck flowers and harvest vegetables and all kinds of things like that, feeling that I'm good, that I don't eat animal people. Meat, I don't eat eggs, for example. But nowadays, I can't even do that. When I walk in the garden, I walk carefully. I don't want to walk on the grass. I feel that it's so insensitive to walk on something which is still alive. And I always apologize to the grass if I accidentally, unavoidably step on them. I apologize to all beings if I have to go near. It might cause them some fear or hurt or something. So I cannot even pluck anything. I cannot even pluck a flower, pluck a fruit, nothing anymore. And it just came automatically like that. As you become vegan, after some time, you just don't want to hurt anything at all, even the grass in your garden or on the street. You just don't feel right. You just feel so respectful and so caring for their feelings. You're very sensitive to anything else around you. You walk with respect and care in case you hurt something, even the grass on the street. I don't look like a monk anymore. Even though some Buddhist monks still drag me in to blame me for not wearing monk's robe or for making business and all that stuff. I walked out of my family life in order to offer myself to the Buddha, to God, to learn how to be a better human. And I walked out of monkhood in order to offer myself to all the suffering beings. Thus, I don't feel like I could hurt anything. It's not like anybody was watching or I have any vow or anything. It's just automatic, just like you don't want to cause any disturbance, any disarray in their life. You could almost feel like they all are breathing, feeling, and talking to you. Sometimes they do, and sometimes they show it without talking. I walked into a garden once because I wanted to go into the shed. So I arranged, clean the shed, to go in to meditate at night. I thought it's more close to nature than the room with concrete. And I just walked out before the sunset and took a photograph of some white flowers in the corner of the garden. And when the photo developed, I saw a beautiful pinkish purple color, which in that corner there is nothing that could cause that. And that was the first time. Then I asked, and the fairies say that they wanted to show their love and respect. Oh, I was so touched. I still have that photograph. Maybe someday you will see it. In the Between Master and Disciples introduction. Yes. If I see it, I will make a note for you to pay attention so that you know what I am talking about. Maybe I can ask them to send it, and then we can include it here for you to look at. The fairies of the plants mostly hide themselves in a corner because they're afraid of humans. Yeah. Sometimes me too, because I have had some not very pleasant experiences. Being a public figure, you will always encounter something. It doesn't mean I'm blaming humans or anything. It just happens because people sometimes cannot see through you. They only judge you by the outer appearance. Maybe if you are not their people, your skin doesn't look the same. You wear not very chic and expensive clothes. You are famous, or people love you, etc. It's okay. I guess it's just a small number. I do hope it's a small number. I don't go out that often, actually, anywhere. Even before the retreat, I just went to work and then went back to my cave or in whatever room I had at that time.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, is a world-renowned spiritual teacher, humanitarian, and artist. To learn more about her compassionate life and teachings, please visit suprememastertv.com/master.
Don't choose vegan, stand out alone from heavenly people.
The most powerful daily prayer for any time and before meditation, which is the order from God, and Supreme Master Ching Hai shares with us by His blessed grace.
We humbly worship, praise, thank, obey, and love God Almighty, the Most High, the greatest, for world vegan, world peace, and our soul liberation. We thank, love, praise the only Son of God, who is the ultimate Master for our salvation. We follow the teaching of all the saints and sages. We thank, love, and praise them, who are the representatives of God for our spiritual elevation.
Cherished viewers, we thank you for your company for today's episode entitled The Story of Mahakasyapa, Vegan, Part 2 of 10, on Between Master and Disciples. Coming up next is Spiritual Practice, selections of Tibetan Buddhism texts by the venerated Chokchur Deshen Lingpa, Vegetarian, Part 1 of 2, on words of wisdom right of the noteworthy news. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television for more constructive programming.
Being vegan, having peace, doing good deeds, life is a feast.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/BMD.
Nasze programy oferują wiele języków. Prosimy zobaczyć suprememastertv.com/schedule oraz suprememastertv.com/BMD.
Also, be sure to follow us on our socials: YouTube, Facebook, Getter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Nico Nico, Pinterest, Reddit, Substack, Telegram, Threads, TikTok, Truth Social, Tumblr, VK, and X, previously known as Twitter, in multiple languages by searching Supreme Master TV.